Galaflayatu, I'm Sarai Mangawa and welcome to BCN News. Leading our news tonight, the Ambassador for the People's Republic of China, His Excellency Wang Xiaolong, along with 3 officials, arrived on the island on Monday's flight this week. This is the first official visit of the Ambassador to Niue. During his course of stay throughout this week, the Ambassador has been involved in a number of official engagements. Here's more on this story. The ambassador arrived with 3 other officials, including 2 from the political section, Zhong Bin and Zhu Wan, and 1 official from the economic and commercial section, Pang Jiansheng. On Tuesday morning, Mr. Wang Xiaolong met with the Premier, Dalton Tangelangi, and cabinet ministers at Falefono 2. He also presented his letter of credentials to the Premier. Other important engagements that the ambassador has been involved in during this past week include visiting the National Management Disaster Office, the Niue High School Library donating books and bags, and the Niue Hospital, and also with the Director of Utilities Clinton Chapman and Director of Transport Sonia Talangi for the roading project. This morning, the officials also visited the Broadcasting Corporation of Niue Studios, where they were also given a tour of the building, which still works under makeshift studios since the fire incident that took place more than 2 years ago. Today ends their official engagements to the island, and the Ambassador Wang Xiaolong, along with his 3 officials, will depart the island next week, Monday. Last Thursday, the government announced that the island has moved from national COVID-19 alert level yellow to alert level blue, as there are no active cases of COVID-19 detected on the island. The last community case has been released last Thursday after being deemed recovered. Here's more on this story. According to yesterday's latest COVID-19 update, the island still has 0 cases of COVID-19. In the government press release, Director General for Social Services, Galen Tasmania, says that the Niue Health Department and other partners have worked hard to contain our first community outbreak and will continue to do so. We cannot become complacent, so we continue to ask everyone to monitor themselves for COVID-like symptoms, as we also have flu making its way around the island. If you experience COVID symptoms, stay home and ring Niue Hospital at 4100. The island has detected a total of 60 cases since March this year, with all cases having been recovered. Niue's vaccination rates continue to be in favor of the island. 99.4% of the eligible population aged 12 years and over fully vaccinated, and 93% aged over 18 years have received their booster shots. Health and government advice still urges members of the public to be prepared for changes in alert levels and to refer to the official Niue COVID website at covid19.gov.nu for daily updates. The upgrade project for the Hainan International Airport's runway under Downers is well underway. Just yesterday afternoon, 6 tons of explosive were blasted at the Tafalalo quarry site, and tomorrow there will be another blast that will take place. BCN News spoke with Downers construction manager Craig Smart this morning. Craig Smart told BCN News that over the next few days, the team will be grinding the larger rocks resulting from the blast to smaller rocks and carting it from Tafalalo Quarry to Hui Hui Road.
As you can see, we're at the quarry, and behind me you can see the results of the blast that we had yesterday afternoon. So we had quite a big blast, 6 tons of explosive, and there's going to be another blast tomorrow afternoon. And that will complete the blasting program for this week. There'll be further blasting between now and Christmas, but we haven't quite sorted out the exact time that will be. That will depend on the progress here. So with regard to other parts of the airport upgrade project, we're making good progress with the work around the runway. We're now working on the taxiway and the apron, and we're probably 80% finished there. So all that work should be finished sometime in September. We've got one more crossing of the taxiway to do, which is quite a major work, and then we're doing tidy up. We're also continuing to set up our site, and major activity is going to be to cart the aggregate from the quarry here up to our Hui Hui Road stockpile. And that work's going to continue for at least the next 3 months. So there will be trucks on the road carting the aggregate as it's processed from the big rocks into the products that we need to do the runway.
Mr. Smart says that some of the workers will be finishing their jobs for the project next month. Others will be later in December this year before taking a break to return next year after the cyclone season in March 2023 to begin the major work for the runway, which include milling, paving and technical resurfacing of the runway, says Mr. Smart. One of the major setbacks has been the air freight to the island being delayed. Mr. Smart says that they are doing a lot of forward planning for next year to bring all of their equipment, which includes assessing how the processes at the wharf work in order to bring their large equipment ashore.
During COVID, we got to Runway, we got set up, we found a good team of local workers, and they've got through their work really well. At the start, it was wet and there was issues, so we've really pulled together, and we're very happy with where we are now. Bit of more extra work in the quarry than we thought, but otherwise it's all come together very nicely.
Another round of explosives will be blasted at the Tafalalo quarry tomorrow afternoon at 4 p.m, says Mr. Smart. He urges members of the public to be mindful and that the road from Alofi and Tamkotonga to the rubbish dump will be closed for safety precautions until after the blast is completed. Mr. Smart says that they are very appreciative for the help and support by government agencies that have contributed to the progress of the project so far.
We're very pleased and grateful for the cooperation that all the government and Runway agencies give us, because we are a bit demanding at times and sometimes things happen in a hurry. So the immigration and quarantine and customs and particularly the people we work closely with, transportation and utilities, Director Sonia, Director Clinton, been very helpful. And as I said before, the people that work in those departments, the quarry people and the ports people and the civil people, very helpful. Appreciate that.
Mr. Smart says that the project is due to complete in November 2023 next year. And that is our news bulletin for tonight. Do join us again next week, Tuesday and Thursday, for more of our local news. I'm Sarai Mangawa, Mutolukia.